5 months ago, I turned 14, and so far it's been good with its ups and downs, of course. And so I'm making this video because I wanted to have some type of document of being 14 and also to help the people who may be going through the same struggles as me at the age of 14. So I'll be briefly talking about the struggles I go through at 14, things I do to cope and keep busy in general, and tips and advice for fellow 14-year-olds, people younger than 14, and anyone who can relate in general. Enough yapping, let's get into it. Now, as much as 14 is a really young age, like any person, we definitely have struggles, and I'm not even generalizing this as all 14-year-olds struggle with this, but these are more personal ones, things that I struggle with at this young age of 14. First of all, it has to be comparison. I tend to compare myself very often. Sometimes this person may look smarter than you, sometimes you feel like this person's just more social. I think it's because of social media now. This person has more views than me and they're a small channel too. This person's also 14 and they have more figured out and all. And then I also deal with loneliness a lot because sometimes I feel like no one gets it. I feel like most of the time, even if you're surrounded with people, you don't really connect with anyone that much, and I guess it's just craving connection or something, but it gets really lonely and you find yourself constantly checking your Instagram, your WhatsApp and all, even your email, and you find nothing but maybe Pinterest telling you have a good eye and all. So it feels very lonely. This pressure to grow up is also something that's very common actually. I think it's because when you jump straight into being a teenager, suddenly you feel like, oh, I'm a teenager now. I should have everything figured out. I should be doing something. I should get better grades and all. I feel like all in all, you're still a kid. You do deserve to enjoy like a kid. And from the other 14-year-olds that I talked to and asked that question, most of them told me that they struggle with, first of all, balancing hobbies and school and stuff they want to work on, a bunch of other stuff. And they also struggle with this transition because, suddenly you feel like you're in a different phase and it's really hard because now you don't know what you're supposed to be doing. You don't know if you should be acting like a kid or you should be, I don't know, doing grown stuff, and it feels like you're in this liminal phase where you feel lost and you don't exactly know what you want and what you like. Something else which I think I've talked about, pressure to grow up, because obviously the older you get, the more responsibilities you get, and as much as 14 doesn't have much responsibilities, obviously some things are more than before. Like for example, in school, maybe the workload is a little bit more than before, or people have higher standards of you now and they expect you to do way more now because you're older and you're expected to do all that, so they find it hard sometimes. That causes the pressure to grow up and do more and have it all figured out. To cope with this, and personally things that make me happy when I'm going through these feelings, first of all, I like to have hobbies. I like to sketch. I like to pursue a goal and something I can be passionate and put my all into. And when I'm feeling lonely, I like to focus on spending time with myself. Maybe I'd watch a movie, watch a show that I'm into, or an anime. I try new things like cooking, like pancakes. I try to take this as an opportunity to spend time with myself. As a believer of Christ, I also spend time with God very often, every morning. I try to, at least. When I read the Bible and I pray, I feel less lonely. In fact, I don't feel lonely at all. It makes me feel very much seen and connected. So whenever I don't have that connection, as someone who doesn't see people my age very often, unless it's at school, and since it's the holidays, then I basically don't. You crave that connection. So I like to connect with God and connect with myself, and that helps me cope a lot. So the 3 things that I've said that help me cope is, first of all, God and connection with myself. Then I pursue a goal that helps me put my energy into something and channel my energy into something that I can be passionate about and work towards. 3, I honestly just have fun. I do hobbies, I watch movies, I do karaoke on my own. Point is to just spend time with yourself and have fun. Loneliness sneaks up on you when you least expect it. So be your own friend. It's attractive anyway, literally. Tell me you're not attracted to someone who's into solidarity and all. Loneliness is literally going to sneak up on you when you least expect it. That is, if you can relate. Take this as an opportunity to learn more about yourself and to form a connection. Now, this can look very different from person to person. Maybe it's talking to God and connecting with Him, or connecting with yourself through ways like journaling, spending time with yourself, doing stuff that you like, and basically having fun. Now, don't use loneliness as an excuse not to move on and to just sit and pity yourself, because that's sad. And loneliness is not the best feeling, obviously. People don't deserve to feel it, but it happens. And when it does, you need to be ready to be there for yourself, be passionate, and go for something. It's kind of sad how in this generation people are distracted. Obviously, during this phase, you're kind of confused. You're in a liminal phase where you don't know what to do. And these people who kind of feel lost in life. And obviously, as entrepreneurs, they need money and they can find business in anything. So they can literally cash out on your confusion. How? They make something convenient, easy to get, and will leave you feeling better about yourself, or a false connection. And that, if you guessed right, is social media. I don't even have hate on it, or I'm not saying it's your fault. They're literally made to keep you hooked. If you think about it, there had to be a good intention somewhere, like feeling connected, making the world a nice small village. But it's reached to a point where it's just mostly comparison. So it would be quite sad to wake up and you're 15 one day and you notice that you've scrolled away 14, spent it sitting, watching videos you'll never remember, that you don't even make sense most of the time, trying your luck to hope that the next video would be great. And I'm not even gonna yap about this. Maybe I should make a whole other video about this because it's pretty serious. What I'm saying is, have something to go for. You should be passionate and have something. I'm not even telling you to cash out on it or to be a pro at it. I'm just saying experiment with something. This will help you learn way more about yourself. Fitting into the mold isn't everything. Be authentic, imperfect you. Now, like I said, you may feel lonely and you're basically desperate for connection at this point. And like I said, to fit into these cliques, you have to change something about yourself or be someone you're not. So you do that, and as much as you'll feel this connection for a short while, you'll most likely feel that it's just not you. For the longest time, I have been a people pleaser. As an extrovert myself, it's kinda tormenting when you don't have people to connect with, the fact that you love connection. So it is easier to talk to people personally, but then connecting is the hard part, and you don't quite fit yet. So in short, it's like the quote, when you try to please everyone, you please no one. That's how it felt. So I just decided to be me. Whoever accepts me and likes me will come. Choose the people who choose you. Be authentic, imperfect you. Don't be pressured to do things that you don't truly want to do. Peer pressure. I used to think this thing's a joke. This thing's just a little word people used to throw around, mambo jumbo, let's play with this. I was wrong. It's real. It is real. Something that's recently been a trend, okay, not recently, I guess at this age it becomes more common, is dating. In our school in particular, it's become popular. So there's this person, basically, it's still in the doing, by the way, it's still, I'm not even done with it. They're pressuring you to date, and they're like, you should do it, like, it's fine, it's normal and all, but you feel like you're not ready for it. If you won't even be able to give anything, because if you don't even have yourself figured out, how am I supposed to figure out a whole other human? And so basically they kept confessing, and I kept telling them, no, I think we can just stay friends, I'm not ready for that and all. And they were kind of overstepping my boundaries, so I had to stop and step back and think about it. Clearly my heart told me I'm not ready, so I said that. So the point is, this is the phase when people mess up. Not as early as now, maybe later, but it can start as early as now. People make undoable mistakes at this age. They can become very, very, very messed up because of one mistake they made, because they were pressured to do it. And I don't want that person to be you. So if you feel that you don't truly want to do something and people are just pressuring you for it, then don't do it if it's not what your heart desires. A simple no will work, and if they try to bring it up again, just laugh it off. Even if they call you unseasoned, old-fashioned, you're not up to trend, you're just a weird person, you're unsalted and all. Smile and enjoy the journey. It's literally not that serious. Sometimes I constantly have to remind myself that I'm a kid, and we have a long way to go. So savor every day. It's your story, own it. Just be happy, smile, and laugh at yourself as much as possible. It will help. And so to end the video, I'd say 13 to 14 mostly is an age where it's a transition age, where you don't know what exactly you want to do. You're trying to figure out what you like and what you don't like. Now, it is completely normal to feel that you should have everything figured out, and it's also completely normal to not have everything figured out despite the first thought. My advice to you is to take it one day at a time and do the best you can every day. When you're happy with yourself and you spend time with yourself and you're okay being by yourself, then you attract people, like-minded people, and the right people will come. I assure you, and I assure myself. I assure you, and I assure myself too. Don't let fear stop you from being happy. Now, people are different, and this isn't a general video for all 14-year-olds how it is. Like I said in the title, it's just my POV of the age itself. For other 14-year-olds, you can leave down stuff that you struggle with, how you cope, how you feel about the age, and if you're older than 14, then you can also give us advice on what to know before we get there and what to know while we're still here. And since you're basically already in the comment section, you see up there, you might as well like the video, maybe subscribe if you're in the mood, because we're trying to build a community where we can also learn from each other. So I'd really appreciate that. Take action.